between. Oh, I'm spilling. You can boil it, or you can just wash it with hot soapy water. Use that brush to help scrub it out because you'll get milk rings. Any formula that's unused, you have to refrigerate it quickly. It is not, it'll spoil quickly. And refrigerate the canister as well to keep everything refrigerated. If you already have a bottle that she's partially drank from, just put that bottle in the fridge, and when it comes time to feed her again, you can do two things. You can warm the bottle by putting it in your mug of hot water to warm it gradually. Some people just put it in the microwave. You can put a bottle in the microwave for 15 seconds. Some people take issue with maybe the plastic leaking into the milk. So the safest way is to warm the bottle in boiling or hot water like this. But again, the quick way that I found the easiest is to just stick this in the microwave for 15 seconds. Make sure you give it a good shake. Make sure you're testing out the temperature, that it's not too hot. That it's going to burn her mouth. But you do want it to be served warm, because obviously when a kitten is getting milk from their mother, they're getting milk that's warm. A cat's body temperature is 100 degrees, I think, whereas our body temperature is 98.6. So a little bit warmer than what we are. If you've just found baby kittens and they've been abandoned or by their mother, or someone's dumped them off somewhere, they might be cold to the touch or not warm. You'll want to warm them up before feeding them. They can become very ill if they are fed when they're cold. So you can warm them up immediately by putting them up against your skin. She doesn't like that right now. If you don't have a heating pad, obviously also warming her with a heating pad is helpful as well. I always keep that heating pad on warm, the low setting, and I also keep it under a layer or two of blanket so it doesn't get too hot for her. So you want to make sure the kitten is being fed on her belly. If you try to feed it like a baby, if you hold it like this, she could get pneumonia. She could get it in her lungs. So you always want to make sure that the kitten is laying on her belly when you're feeding her. So we'll try this. Whoopsie. And there's a nice suckle. You can sometimes see those ears flicking when they get to drinking really good. I'll feed her once, and then I will wipe her bum to help her go to the bathroom, and then I'll give her a second feeding. I always try at least twice with the feeding to make sure she gets enough. Sometimes I even go a third time. Now, you'll need paper towels. Kittens this age cannot use the restroom on their own. I like to take the paper towels like this and tear them in half so I have a little stack, and I'll keep that handy. I use my warm water as well. I take one square and get it wet, and then that's just simulate the mother's tongue and stimulate the cat to use the restroom. They cannot use the restroom on their own for the first couple weeks. So you have to be the mother and pretend that you're licking the baby's bum to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to turn her over. I can clean her mouth. I don't want milk to get crusted around her mouth. It's harder to clean once it dries. And I'm just going to rub her belly and then rub her little bum. She's actually very relieved to go to the bathroom, so she lays there pretty nice. They don't always like to poo. Sometimes they can get constipated from the formula. And they cry as they're trying to poo, so it might sound like you're torturing them. But trust me, without that, they would get very backed up. They will pee every time you feed them, and they will poo at least, once a day or once every other day. So it looks like she peed, but she looks like she's getting ready to make a poo.